Welcome to my audio blog. This is my first audio blog, and so I thought I'd just start off by saying aloha and welcome. I hope this goes well. One of the things that I notice is that I enjoy talking to students, and although I enjoy writing, and I've written a book and working on a few more now, it is one thing to be able to just talk and kind of free flow with the information. I get a ton of questions. I get a ton of questions every day by email, and I answer them, and I always begin to notice themes, and I begin to notice common threads, if you would, in the questions that I get. And I thought, maybe it would be a great idea if I opened up the opportunity for people to send me questions, and then I can answer them here on an audio blog, or I guess a podcast. I don't know where we're going to be putting it, but for now it'll be an audio blog. Anyway, so let me dive right into it. The question that kind of helped me really say, you know what, I got to take charge with this and do something. I've been getting multiple questions about goals, about goal setting, and here's one specifically. Now, by the way, as a ground rule, I'm going to leave out the names of the students that email me, not because of anything other than the fact that I'm not sure if they want their name mentioned, but I'm going to read their email so you guys can get an idea of what the question is. So here we go. Hi Matt, I trust you're rocking and rolling as usual. Last I heard you were in Australia. I'm back now. I'm back from Australia, but thank you very much. I'm writing because I hope you have some advice or insights about managing multiple goals. I've been experiencing accelerated results in every area of my life, and now finding that it is a challenge to be present to all of them at once. For example, I have a relationship that is challenging me to open and grow in that area, and it's distracting me from the focus I want/need to have in my business. What's the best way to approach this so that I have consistent progress in both areas and the most congruence day to day? Well, first of all, I'm not sure if you can be present in all of your areas all at once. Now, a lot of personal growth and development, they take the 6 major areas of your life. And these 6 major areas are personal growth and development, spirituality, family, relationship, health and fitness, and career. So they divide your life up into these 6 different areas. Now there's an inherent problem with that, in that when you divide it up into 6 different areas, you're acting as if these 6 areas don't touch each other. No, to begin, I absolutely believe that there is a blending, if you would. There's no dividing lines between these areas. In other words, when a person has these 6 areas, they're going to bleed over into each other. And anyone that says that they can compartmentalize an entire area of their life, I think that would be very challenging for most people. I think there are certain jobs that you can compartmentalize experiences that you have. I've worked with police officers and people in the military, and they can compartmentalize some of their feelings. But an entire area of your life? Let me give you an example. If you have a bad day at work and you come home and you think you can leave work at work, I think we've all had an instance in which we didn't leave work at work, where we had that bleed over, if you would, that movement of energy from one area to another. So, first of all, I do believe that these areas are blended together. However, I also believe that when you are focusing in on one area of your life, that you can't bring all of those other areas all in together. So I'm right now doing an audio blog. What could I be doing instead? Well, I could be hanging out with my wife. I could be at work. I could be exercising. But I'm here. I'm present right now doing the audio blog. So my advice would be that you recognize it's not the desire should not be to get present to all of them at once. The desire should be to be aware of the importance of all of them, to be aware of the fact that it is important to exercise, that it is important to focus on your business, that it is important to focus in on your relationship. And at the same time, when you are in a situation where you are there in one area of your life, for example, like what you said in this email, in the relationship, be there in your relationship. So if you choose to go out to dinner, go out to dinner. Leave your phone off. If you're going to go out on a romantic dinner, turn your phone off. I just turned mine off to make sure it doesn't ring. Don't sit there text messaging when you're with your loved one. And when it's time for business and you're focusing in on business, yeah, if you take a 15-minute break and you daydream about being with your partner, with your loved one, with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, then that's fabulous. And when it's time to focus in on business, like what I'm doing right now, focus in on business. Focus in on what it is that you need to do. Be present in the moment. So be aware of the importance of all of the goals and be present in the moment. Likewise, when it's time for you to work out, when it's workout time, focus in on your workout. Remember, the conscious mind is the goal setter and the unconscious mind is the goal getter. So an analogy that I'm using in my upcoming book is the orchestra. And so here you have this orchestra and all the sound comes from the symphony itself. And the sound and that feeling that you get. The biggest part of your experience, or the thing that you look out in front of you, the vast majority of it in an orchestra are the people that are playing the music, are the people that are with the instruments, the sound coming out. That's kind of like how we are hardwired. 90 to 95% of who we are is our unconscious or our subconscious. And roughly 5 to 10% is our conscious mind. Now, the unconscious or subconscious also includes the higher self. It includes the higher consciousness. So here's what I would say. When the conductor is about to play a piece of music, what he or she will do is get focused in on that piece of music and then be present to guide the expression of the people in the orchestra, of the musicians in the orchestra, to let that music come out. So take that analogy into health and fitness. When it's time for my workout, I go into the area of my garage where I work out and I focus in on that. My phone is off. My focus is on the workout. My focus is in right there in the moment on that workout. It is monitoring my heart rate. It is pushing my body to do even more and more. It's keeping track of what I've done before, comparing my past results to my future results. Do on my 1 minute, in between doing my sets, I have a 1 minute break. Occasionally my mind might wander. Okay, when I'm done working out, I'm going to have to answer email, or I'm going to have to go do this, or I'm going to have to go do that. That's great. And when you are then back in the exercise, be there in your moment 100%. Like you, I have multiple goals in different areas, and all of them extremely important. And yet for each goal, I'm going to focus in on that specific area, on that specific moment when that goal is being, when that goal is being pursued. So I hope that kind of helps out a little bit. Again, I want to say that consistent progress in all of your areas is possible. And ultimately, when you are actualizing or working on that path during that one moment of that specific area of your life, be there and be present for that. When you have the opportunity to be present to all of your goals, be present to all of your goals. So you really have to adjust this from a moment-to-moment basis. I hope that helps out with that question. I figured for this first one I would only tackle one question just to kind of get you guys used to it. My goal, again, for this audio blog is going to be able to take the moments, take the opportunity to answer the questions that I get, for all of you guys to hear the answer. I speak for a living. I do seminars and trainings, and I just came back from Australia and did some fantastic trainings down there, had a great time, and getting ready to spend some time with the family during Thanksgiving. And then I'm going to be heading to Los Angeles and doing our practitioner training there in LA, and looking very much forward to doing that. And so because I speak for a living, because I do this for a living, sometimes it's a little bit easier to explain something auditorily for me, to be able to speak it out. Because to answer that email that I got about the multiple goals, well, I might as well just write a blog. So anyway, that's why I did this. And lastly, my goal is to at least do a few of these a week to start. We'll see how many questions I get and keep them to roughly about 10, 15 minutes max, depending on the number of questions that I get. Some of them I'll be able to blaze right through the question. Other ones I might spend a little bit more time with, but either way, I hope it'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see where it goes. We'll see where this audio blog takes us. Anyway, thank you all very much, and aloha, a hui hou.